Here are our other three diesel buses that are going away. 22 and 23 aren't going away immediately. 1004s that will be leaving with the other three, 10, 13, 14, and 15. The two bigger buses will be leaving after the new ICs are here and running. And then those two will go away. Today's video will be on 1004. 1004 is a nice little route bus. I had it for a couple of years. And let's go see it. 1004 is looking dirty because, well, it doesn't get washed anymore. It's being placed out of service. It's a front engine Bluebird handy bus. This one here, the wheelchair riders ride toward the back, and the ambulatory are to the front. Your rear emergency exit is toward the back on the left side. It is what we call a flat floor bus. So when you come inside, it's shot down the right side, wheelchair ramp. It's a Bluebird handy bus. There's a ramp area. Open the door, the lights come on. The ramp cover will be going away when it gets decommissioned. I showed earlier, you can open up this at the bottom as a way of evacuating the bus. Here's the interior. If you notice, all the way down, it's flat floor, so there's no wheel wells to get in the way when you're doing loading a wheelchair. No wheel wells in the way when you have a passenger that needs that extra space. The two toolboxes are for tie downs for the wheelchair students. Looks like this is placement for 6 wheelchair positions, but I'll verify it from the paperwork inside. There's side emergency exit there. See if I can get the back of the bus in one shot. I have a fence behind me, so there's the top, there's the middle, and there's the bottom. 1004 has a traditional Bluebird door, but this one doesn't lock. There's no padlock, there's no locking mechanism, so you can't lock it. So taking it on field trips doesn't work very well. So here you have your standard steps coming in to this level here, and then the raised step portion is another 6 or 8 inches 6 or 8 inches to take you up to the flat level. Fire extinguisher and reflectors are there. Second fire extinguisher is in the back by the ramp. California wheelchair buses have to have 2 fire extinguishers. It's a rule. See if I can get the engine open up. There's the engine compartment under this doghouse. I believe it's a Cummins engine. I don't know the model number, but I know it had to be replaced once. That's why I know the size. But this is one of the things, the downsides of driving a front engine bus. The heat has to go somewhere. You've got all this insulation on here, which helps some, but the heat still has to go somewhere. Oh boy, it's warm in here. Okay, high beam is this green light here. You have your turn signal, turn indicators. They work. Everything in this bus works. This bus was used for summer school. There's your basic cluster for all your gauges. This is a 1992 Bluebird diesel. So there's your gauge cluster. Down here on the left, first item is the headlight switch. Then you have a fast auto switch, or pull, it's like a throttle. Come over here, you've got your parking brake, and then the ignition key goes there. Here's the transmission. This is for your heater and your defrosters. You pull this out, your heat comes out the front or up to there. So then you got that package. And then on this side here, you have the other popular Bluebird. Let's see if I can get that. Right here. The steering wheel is a tilt up and down, so you can move it back and forth. And then here is all your... see if I can do this without turning off the camera. Not going to work. Okay, these are air conditioner switches here. These across the top are lights. That's your crossover lights. Pull that, and there's your light telling you your crossovers are on. This big button here tells you that your wheelchair ramp door or one of your emergency exits are open. Miscellaneous parts here. Okay, here's right wiper, left wiper. They're air operated. This opens the door. Pull to open the door, push to close the door. With your power port. This is a rear heater. And then these are your two defrost fans. So, left defrost fan. That felt good. Right defrost fan. This one came with a cassette deck, so it's AM, FM, cassette, and PA. Like I said, this bus is still considered being in service, so that's why it has a PMI card there. The seating configuration on this bus is, make a liar out of me, 5 wheelchair positions and 24 are ambulatory. That's on this card here. This is called a Vehicle Inspection Approval Certificate. Every school bus, SPAB bus, GPPV bus, disabled bus in the state of California has to have this certificate. That means a Highway Patrol representative has inspected the vehicle and it can be on the road. And it's good for 13 months. Over there you have a body kit, body fluid kit, seatbelt cutters, and then the miscellaneous signage. Student control mirror, and me. Here's sitting in the driver's seat. I mean, it's a really nice bus. I mean, I used to drive this thing. This is very cool. I'm sorry to see it go away. This would make the perfect motorhome schoolie, in my opinion. It's not a lot of space, but if you're single or if you're older and don't have kids or a lot of dogs, it would work for you. You have a bed in the back. You could have a small kitchen, living room, and you're set to go. And then if you want to carry anything, you got a wheelchair ramp. So if you're into off-roading or into bicycling, they get to have a little shelf in the back to keep storage for everything. Coming around, your first aid kit is over there. Like I said, with a fire extinguisher, and this is the one that gets me. Okay, stop sign is on the ground because the stop sign bag has been removed. But there's your tire buddy. Right over there where the kids can get it when they get on and off the bus. Makes no sense. But hey, you know, I'm just a bus driver. I am not management. I gave up management 22 years ago. So there's that. And then I'll get out of this spot and then I'll show the rest of the bus from this side. Someone will ask, so there's those particulars. Sorry, it's very shiny, so it's getting the phone in there too. But there's what all that stuff says. I guess if you zoom in on it, you can read it. Here's a Bluebird body tag, says it's a 92. And then over here, see, this came from A to Z Bus Sales, and there's the Bluebird body information there. That would be trans service due lube oil filter service. Here's your seats. Standard wide seat for a school bus. These are seat belts are not anchored to the floor. They're just anchored to the seat themselves for transporting special needs. And now I said the certificate shows that this is 5 wheelchair positions. So I see 6 wheelchair positions. I guess putting one in front of the ramp doesn't work. There's the rear air conditioner. There's a ramp cover. There's a fire extinguisher next to the ramp. And then, I said earlier, your tie downs are there. Now if you look closely, as I back up, this chair could be removed and another wheelchair position could be here. There's tie downs. These 2 chairs here could be removed and you have wheelchair positions there. So technically, if you move the chairs, you need a maximum occupancy for wheelchairs. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You'd have 8 wheelchairs in this bus. And if you went with 8, you'd have to pull out this seat too. So there's a ramp. So you'd only have 2, 4, 6, 8 seating spots. There's the trash can next to the stop sign. Trash can has to go someplace, so that's where it goes. Personally, I'd have it farther forward underneath the reflectors, but everybody's different. So here you are, 10:04, going to be meeting the big scrapper sometime in the next couple of months, and it'll go away. In California, when you are replaced by something like those over there, those are our electric bus fleet. The buses they replaced were required to be ground at a recycling center. And when I say ground is, think of ground beef. These things are ground up. The motor, the tires, everything gets ground up. There's a video running that documents it for the state of California that the vehicle was ground up into shavings so that it's no longer a diesel on the road or whatever else our California Air Resources Board deems bad. And then you get replaced by one of those. So the next group we're coming in will be IC electric conventionals. When they arrive, I will be doing a video on them. But this is for bus 1004. See you on the road.